Can we go back to when I told you I heard something and then there was actually something there? Like, I don't want to say it, but I told you so. And that's really...
You sound foolish.
Or did I sound
You know what?
right?
I'm going to say a prayer for you because you need
Because
it.
what?
Hi, guys.
Alright, we already did our introduction. Make sure you subscribe.
Yes.
Okay? Because we're informing the masses.
We are educational. We are funny.
Informational, not necessarily educational.
There's some facts in our episodes.
Some.
It is a fact that a man's prostate is located inside his anus.
You're right.
So that was a fact.
That is true.
Even if only one.
That is true. Okay. I was on the interwebs.
What?
And I saw something, and you know I'm not a prude in any way, shape, or form.
Except when it comes to me.
Yeah, that's just different. I'm just not that into you.
Okay.
And I thought to myself, I can't even imagine.
Okay. Let me see if I can.
So this young man,
Okay. How young?
I would say 25-ish.
Oh, that's young.
Yeah.
Okay.
This young man on the interwebs made a bold statement.
That's, first of all, always a mistake.
Well, let's get into it. They were talking about giving ladies oral pleasure.
Okay.
And he said, and I quote, "A period doesn't stop anything but a sentence."
Okay. Did he say this to other people?
Yes, he was almost boastful about it. I don't necessarily know. Okay, because let's talk about the one embarrassing time I had when I wasn't even an oral, and I started my period during...
Oh, just during like...
Yeah, and it was like on his carpet because we were not in the bed. And he looked at me like he had saw...
I do remember this story, actually.
Jesus, and he was scared.
Maybe your blood was in the face of Jesus. You know how like people see the face of Jesus in their toes and trees? Was that it? Did you look at it?
No, it was like...
So it could have been the face.
It was like a pinpoint.
Okay, a small
droplet.
face. Have you seen a dime? There's still a president's face.
Turn off this camera. I gotta go home.
Okay.
And he looked at me as though he would never bang again. And then I went to the bathroom, cleaned myself up, and when I came out, he was like on his hands and knees scrubbing the carpet. In his apartment, rented apartment.
He wants that security deposit back, okay? You can't have this copper penny stain on his carpet. I get it, sir. I get it. I have had an embarrassing situation as well. What? I feel like now's the time, okay? One time, when I was younger, God, I hope you are not watching
I
this.
hope you are. And
Or any of your friends.
I hope you comment and say
or
it
anyone
was me.
who went to our school.
Back to you.
One time when I was younger, I used to drink.
You used to?
I used to drink and fuck. Okay?
You? Go ahead, back to you.
And I had a roster.
Who didn't?
Okay? I was not in a relationship. I had a lot of fun. Well, what I thought was fun at the time. And I always was getting free drinks and like doing fun stuff. So I had this one buddy.
Don't shimmy your shoulder, buddy.
This one buddy from the community.
No!
Sounds like the gay community, but that's not what I meant. I had this one sexual partner, and we were banging, hooking up, okay, and we were both hammered ass drunk, like been drinking all night. Like I came from another party, he was having a house party, everyone was hammered. This was not the first time we had hooked up. I was there for a wham bam, thank you ma'am, like got there at 2 a.m. and I'm leaving by 6:30 type of thing, okay? So, we go in his room, we're banging all night. I'm thinking like, yes, this is like wet tonight. Shit is going down.
Oh, it was wet.
He was going down. We were on the floor, like racing on the wall. Like it was a trip to Pound Town. Okay, and you know when you're drunk and it's like you'll try any position, you're moving all around.
He paid for that trip.
Okay, when I got up, because my mom used to make me be home at like 7 a.m. So I got up at like 6:30, and as soon as I opened my eyes, I could smell pennies. And I was like, it smells like I started my period. So I looked down, and there was blood everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I mean handprints on the walls, all over his face, all over his clothes, all over the floor, all over the blanket, all over me. It was like on my arm, like dried on me. It was on my face because he was like kissing me. It was everywhere. And I left. I went into the bathroom and looked in the mirror.
Realized
ashamed.
She couldn't clean it up.
No, first of all, there were like 3 or 4 guys that lived in this house. There wasn't a clean towel to be found. Okay.
And there sure wasn't
one
after
that. And the sheets were blood soaked. Like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I'm not talking about a little dime head size drop on the carpet. They definitely didn't get the security deposit back, and I apologize for that. Okay. But I left
without cleaning anything up. So
and
he woke
never
up and had to clean up period blood all from his house.
In front of all of his roommates who also knew me. And I never spoke to that person again.
Oh, I did. Every
until
time
we
I see him.
saw him in public at several random junctures. And he always was very gracious and kind and nice to me. And every time I see him, I think, I am a terrible human.
Every time I see him, I usually put up a hand and say, hey, over here, come on over.
She also refers to him as Bloody Mess.
Was it a bloody mess?
It was. And if we were British, that would make it even better.
I usually try to work the term bloody or mess into every conversation we have.
It was awful, and I was such a slut. Like, I just literally left. I didn't even say anything. Like, as an adult, I think, like, man, that sucks. When someone vomits at my house, I get fucking pissed, and it's like a pile. I can't imagine a whole entire room, and it was dry and crusty. Like, when I tell you it was crusty on me, I had to use, like, fucking Clorox wipes to get it off of my skin.
Did you? Never mind.
It was terrible. I think I stopped at... Did I have a key to Subway then? No, I didn't. I didn't. That's not the thing I went to say. I probably went to Pizza Serena. I don't know where I went, okay? But it was terrible. So your story is not embarrassing.
Oh, I wasn't embarrassed.
You know what? I feel so good to get this off my chest.
You've been living with the shame.
I've been living with the shame for 20 years, okay? And sir, you're a gentleman. A true gentleman. Unless you fucking told everyone, then you're a dick. I don't know.
I hope he told him. He definitely told people. He definitely told people.
In general, though, I do not choose to bang on my period. I do not like it.
Well, I mean, I have something in there, and I don't even get a period.
I don't get one all the time, or really like with any regularity. But even if I'm like spotting or have like dried blood or anything like that, I'm like, we better give it a day because I think I have PTSD.
You traumatized yourself. You don't want to wake up and Chris Taylor be covered in your...
There was a handprint on the wall. A full-on handprint.
Imagine how much blood you had to lose.
I was a heavy bleeder. I just keep thinking like, bro, you were down there. Nothing seemed off to you. Maybe he was patient 0 from COVID and he had lost fucking taste back in 2004 or 5 and just didn't realize it. That's probably what it is.
We are completely off.
What is the topic?
The topic is periods only stop a sentence.
No, ew.
So actually we can use you as the prime example as it didn't stop anything. It went down, and
But
so did he.
I don't think it's the fact that the period didn't stop anything so much as the alcohol started everything. This was like blackout drunk days, like
No, I remember
Jägermeister and Goldschlager and like, puke and rally and sleeping on the floor and shit in nasty ass frat houses. Like this was, this was not real life, okay? This was like pre-college life. So,
God,
I told you, I feel like anyone from that far back, I think it has to have an expiration period. Like, they should fall off my body count.
No, that's not how it works.
What do you
It's not like a
mean?
revolving year.
365.
Yeah.
That's the case. Can we just what about every 20 years?
No.
21 years.
No. No, they stay with you forever, okay? So, let's just say that Chris Taylor was like, I'm going down, and you had a spot or dried blood in there. Would you let him go down?
I would say no. I would say I'm on my period.
He knows that's a lie, though.
I would say I think I'm on my period. I would just say like, I had some spotting today. And then he can make the choice. I feel like from there, if he's like, I don't care, then
I'll
I'll
pull
be like,
down your underwear.
but now it's different because I barely have anything. Before, I was a heavy bleeder. Nobody is going down there. That's disgusting because that is the only time when you cannot bring that pussy back up to my mouth. Get away from me.
That's disgusting.
And I feel like I can't even really enjoy it.
That's how
because the moisture I know is blood. So I'm like, am I dry? I don't even know. I don't even know what's happening. I'm bleeding out. I don't know.
You're not bleeding out.
What if I was?
If you didn't bleed out for that specific incident, you'll never bleed out, okay?
I can't even.
Never bleed out.
It's a good thing I only had a razor phone. There was no internet like we have now. Can you imagine? That shit would have been, oh my god, I'd have to kill myself.
You'd be on Instagram.
Oh my god.
Woke up to this. That would be disgusting.
I'm terrified.
Don't post that on Instagram.
That a picture exists somewhere.
I hope it does, and I hope he shares it.
If Chris Taylor really wanted to, I would say yes, but he's not really into that. And if I say like, I'm not, even if I was like, I didn't shower today, he'd be like, okay. And then he would stay up in the nether regions, I think.
I feel like I couldn't do it. I feel like I'd be more self-conscious, and then
even if you had just a spot.
What if he came up and had a red mustache and
Red Wings?
I'd be like, no.
I've seen it on a sleeping man.
I feel like I could never kiss him again without. I feel like it would be embedded in my mind. Like
that's when you have to just say, you cheek him.
I wouldn't even cheek it because I feel like that's when you land a little print.
But what if it's like one of those vampire facials? It's like a vampire. Remember when we talked about facials? He could bring the blood up and then cover your face in it.
No.
Why?
I feel like it's different. I feel like my urethra lining is shedding old cells, and I need like fresh hemoglobins on this fresh face. Okay.
If we have any estheticians or doctors who specialize, please tell us if that's true or if your period blood would work for a vampire facial.
So people, you're going to have people over here rolling tampons across their face. Are you happy with yourself?
There's leech therapy.
Is that what you want?
People put leeches all over their body and then, gross. People set their face on fire. Remember?
You know what? Clearly we're
I'm not into period sex.
Me either.
But if it's not a hard, I mean, I would say I'm not really into that, or you don't want to go down there more so. And if they were like, yeah, I do, I feel like I would just be like, okay, but don't come back up here. Like, I guess if you're really into that,
I feel like I'd slap your face.
But I do need a towel because, bitch,
I'm not
changing these sheets.
Yeah.
Nope.
There.
If it ain't Saturday, I'm not changing these sheets.
Stop the camera.
Honesty is the best policy, okay? And if you haven't changed your sheets in more than like a month, 2 weeks.
I was going to say.
I saw a study that said some people only change their sheets once a year. Like a large percent. It was like 15% of Americans.
I change my sheets once a week. Sometimes more, depending on the activities that we're having.
I can maybe stretch it to 2 weeks, but if we're in sexual love or it is summertime, there's no way.
No.
Every Saturday.
I like the smell of fresh sheets too.
Me too. That's why I love having a clothesline.
What we're trying to say, I guess, is if you really have a preference of making sweet oral-lingus to your lady while she's shedding her uterine lining, please let us know what it does for you or doesn't do for you. What it do.
Baby boo. We gotta go.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I know. Can you imagine? First of all, I would be devastated if he came back up with a what the fuck?
If you both know that that's happening, then